We're on to issue 6 of Poison Ivy, a series that so far has become a personal favorite of mine. This issue starts out with Pamela narrating about how, for the longest time, she's never felt like her body was her own. And this is because someone's always controlling her. And right now it's Woodrue, who is currently forcing Pamela to hold a scalpel to her own neck. Her illusion of Batman is trying to talk her into fighting it, and saying that she could be a tree growing around a boulder. But talking to him back makes Woodrue think that Pamela is going crazy, due to the fact that he can't see her hallucinations. Woodrue tells Pamela to slit her own throat, and it does seem like she's accepting her fate and has given up. Woodrue is too strong. His plan is to do what she was going to do, only on a far bigger scale. And that is not limiting it only to bad people, but to everybody. And that is to infect everyone, turning them into plants, starting off with Pamela herself. But as Pamela starts to cut her own throat, she starts to accept her own fate. However, it all breaks down when he tells her that afterwards he's going to go kill Harley, which results in Pamela finding the strength in her love for Harley to break free, refusing having him to bring any harm to come to her. But Woodrue also makes a mistake. While infected her with his own fumes that should kill her, due to the fact that she is used to this, he actually gave her a link to the green, something that she managed to overcome and give herself her powers again only temporarily. She uses her power to make the warehouse start to shake, with Jason telling her if this place comes down, they will most likely die. But she's okay with dying. She's willing to die if it means he does too. If the building does come down, Woodrue himself is now a puddle of branches while Pamela has lost her powers and feels like she's on her last breath. With Jason's last words, he asks Pamela why does she want to save the world, and she explains she finally sees that she was wrong, as people themselves and humanity isn't exactly black and white, because there are good people and there are bad people. And she's always been going against all people at one time. But now she sees that she herself is a person. She herself is technically not exactly, immune. In weird ways, she's kind of a hypocrite for believing that. Instead, now she sees that there are people who do deserve to live. But there are people who deserve to die, too. Which is where I think it really draws a line that Poison Ivy isn't really a hero, but she ain't really a villain either, because she wants to protect innocent people, because she says that the green homes them, meaning they've been chosen to be protected. So she sees them as good people. However, she's willing to murder bad people, like politicians who pollute the world. So yeah, that's, I think, kind of a plus. She's kind of like an extreme vigilante, similar to that of Vigilante himself. Pamela watches Jason die. He was her maker, and now life has taken its course. As she herself seems to be okay at first, she was still infected by those mushrooms, meaning soon she'll herself die. But last issue it was revealed that Jason's immune. So there's only one cure, and make sure that Jason stays dead. And that is to eat his corpse. It is extremely dark, but it's, in my opinion, very cool, and also Poison Ivy a couple issues ago says she would never be a plant. But Jason is a plant, and she's forced to eat him to survive, and she's willing to do it. Which I think really speaks volume to the character that she is more or less giving up on her path of a villain. Because I really like seeing her eat Jason's corpse. Does that make sense? You would think that would be extremely, brutal and evil for her to do that, but honestly I feel like it makes her more heroic to do it. Now, I'm not saying go around eating people. Don't do that. But I think Pamela doing it kind of shows that she's swallowing her pride and giving up on this idea that everyone needs to die. Anyways, next day, Pamela's in a small parking lot area where she's shown to be alive. She leans up against the wall, taking heavy breaths to keep herself stable. She goes out for a walk to see if maybe she can walk this off, feeling like a monster when a kind child comes up and gives her a scarf, because she looks cold. Pamela takes it when she feels something. The green. It has given her another chance after she now sees everyone breathes the same air from the same trees, and she needs to protect the innocent. We also see Harley Quinn, who has received the notes that Pamela has wrote for her, and says she's coming to find her. And that's it. Personally, I'm excited to see Harley Quinn next issue, and I really like this issue itself. I thought it managed to redeem Poison Ivy in a way that was very true to the character rather than a 180. She's still on her mission to protect the green, but now sees she can do it in a different way, and believes there are good people in the world. So she's going after the bad ones. I also thought Jason made a great villain, and I love the dark twist that she had to eat him. That was, in my opinion, amazing. Because it wasn't overly dark, it wasn't overly edgy for edgy's sake, but it made sense. There was a build-up. the build-up that she didn't eat plants, the build-up that he was immune to the mushrooms. It made perfect sense to me, but it was so dark and unexpected. Like, I thought it was probably one of the best dark moments in a comic book I've ever read. It was, in my opinion, like I said, amazing. Of course, opinions always vary, and if you disliked it, I am sorry if I upset you by saying I loved it. But we all have our own opinions about different comics, and I really, really like this one. But that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.